Most manufacturers don't lose time on the production floor. They lose it chasing data, reports that take days, questions that need an IT ticket, decisions made on last week's numbers. That's the real bottleneck for a lot of manufacturing businesses. This is a case study about how one manufacturer fixed exactly that, using AI integration built on top of their existing ERP system. Hi, I'm Doron Farber from the Farber Consulting Group Inc. For over 30 years, we've helped manufacturers build ERP systems that work the way their business actually operates. This is one of those stories. The company. Our client is a mid-size manufacturer producing custom industrial components. They operate across 2 facilities, manage hundreds of SKUs, and run production on tight lead times. Their ERP system had been in place for years and handled the core operations well. Purchasing, production orders, inventory, and shipping. The data was there. The problem was getting to it. The problem. Every time a manager needed a specific answer, they had one option: submit a request and wait. The operations manager wanted to know which production runs were behind schedule. The sales team needed to see which customers hadn't placed an order in 60 days. Finance needed raw material costs tied to a specific purchase order. Each of those questions required someone in IT or the analyst team to build a custom report. That meant delays of 2 to 4 days for anything outside of the standard reports. The consequences were real. Production decisions were made without current data. Customer follow-ups were delayed because sales lacked visibility. Raw material variances went unnoticed until month-end. Management meetings were spent debating whose numbers were correct. The ERP wasn't the problem. Access to the ERP was the problem. The solution. We integrated an AI natural language layer directly on top of their existing ERP, a feature we call Ask ERP. Instead of submitting a report request, anyone in the company can now type a question in plain English and get the answer immediately. No SQL, no report templates, no waiting on IT. The integration was built using an API-based approach, which meant we didn't replace or disrupt their existing system. The ERP kept running exactly as it was. Ask ERP simply created a direct connection between the user and the data already inside it. Here's what that looked like in practice. The operations manager typed, "Show all production orders due this week that haven't been started," and had a live list in seconds. Sales asked, "Which customers placed orders last quarter but nothing this quarter?" A question that used to take 2 days now returned an answer instantly. Finance queried, "Show raw material costs for purchase orders over $50,000 this month," pulled directly from the ERP without any manual extraction. The results. Within the first 90 days of go-live, the impact was measurable across the business. Report turnaround time dropped from 4 days to under 30 seconds for most queries. IT and analyst time spent on ad hoc report requests fell by approximately 70%. Production planning accuracy improved because managers were working with same-day data instead of weekly exports. The sales team recovered several at-risk accounts by identifying inactivity patterns they previously couldn't track. Month-end close time was reduced because finance could access purchase order and cost data directly without manual reconciliation. But the result that stood out most wasn't a number. It was a behavior change. Teams stopped saying, "We'll pull that report," and started saying, "Let me ask the system." That shift, from waiting for data to having it, changed how the business operated day to day. What made it work? 3 things made this implementation successful. First, we built the AI integration to understand their business context, not just generic queries. The system knew what a production order was, how their part numbers were structured, and how their two facilities were organized. That specificity is what made the answers reliable. Second, we didn't replace anything. The existing ERP, the workflows, the training, all of it stayed in place. Ask ERP sat on top and extended what was already working. Third, adoption was immediate because there was no learning curve. If you can type a question, you can use Ask ERP. That's exactly how it worked. If your manufacturing operation has data in an ERP, but your teams are still waiting on reports to make decisions, the problem isn't the data, it's the access. AI integration through Ask ERP gives everyone in the business direct, plain English access to the system they already have. If you want to talk about what this could look like for your operation, visit us at dfarber.com or call us at 732-536-4765 and subscribe for more real-world case studies and practical insights on ERP and AI for manufacturing.